I'm irritated. I'm very, very upset. Another young lady who clearly declared that she had no intention whatsoever for a sexual relationship. Yet, a man she trusted, a man she went to for advice, a man she looked up to for inspiration, took advantage of her. And this led to very devastating consequences. So, I'm going to tell you the full story. So, stick around so that you can hear this really heartbreaking, heart wrenching story that ended in a grave tragedy. Favour from Uyeli in Delta State woke up one morning and her issues, the problems that she was battling, the family issues, according to her, that she was having, everything was just overwhelming. And according to her, because she made a video, she said that there is this particular guy who normally helps her, right? But this guy stays in Abuja. And this guy has made his intentions known that he would want to sleep with her. Favor says that she had thought it through, especially because she's a virgin, and decided that she's not going to adhere to the guy's desires or wants or needs. She said she wanted to keep herself and her body for her husband, or at least till she gets somebody that she's very, very involved with. And so she rejected this man's advances, a man that she knew was going to help her if she gives in to his advances. But she thought to herself, no, this is not the way for me to lose my virginity. And so she reached out to this Odogwu Asaba and told him everything. And this guy said, oh, no, don't give in to that man. No, those are the kind of people that just want to wreck a young woman's life. You know what? Come to Asaba and I'm going to help you. And she, of course, thought to herself, okay, maybe this guy really, really just wants to help me. And according to her, she got to the park, made a video call to Odogwu Asaba, who confirmed she was at the park and sent her transport to move from where she stays in Warri to where he stays in Asaba. She got to Asaba, and according to her, he met her up, and then the next thing they landed in this hotel. She said her antenna stood up initially, and she was like, why are we at a hotel? And this guy said, oh no, this is where I normally stay. And in her mind, she was like, okay, if he normally stays here, then I shouldn't be worried. Again, she thought to herself that this guy wouldn't want to do anything untoward. He wouldn't want to do anything scandalous, because I mean, this is a Facebook celebrity. He has influence, and he wouldn't want to do anything that would stain his name. So her guard somehow dropped, and she went with him into a hotel room. Lo and behold, this man who has asked this young 20-year-old to leave her family in Warri and come to meet him in Asaba so he could help her, started telling her how much he liked her and how much he would want to have a relationship with her and how much he would want to sleep with her. And this girl is like, sir, but I told you that I am a virgin. I don't want to do this thing and all. And, you know, the guy started struggling with her, started removing her clothes. In her mind, according to the young lady, she said she thought to herself, if I start screaming, if I start shouting, if I make a fuss, people are going to ask me, what am I doing in this hotel room to start with? Why did you follow him into the hotel room? And so she decided to just plead her case and hope that the man would leave her alone. She started begging him. She said he tried to penetrate her the first time, but he couldn't. It was very difficult. So she thought he had decided to leave her, right? And so she made to stand up. According to her, she had turned over so she could get up from the bed. And the next thing she saw was this man pinning her down with one hand and using the other hand to cover her mouth and took her forcibly. This girl said she was in severe pain. She was begging, she was crying, she was just overwhelmed. And this man did not care. He did not care. He did whatever it is he wanted to do. And by the time he was done, she was drenched in blood. The whole place was bloody. And she said she was just crying. She was like, why would you do this to me? Why would you? I had told you I didn't want to do this. I'm a virgin. I told you everything. Why would you do this to me? And the guy looked at her and said, I've always wanted to know how it feels to disvirgin a lady. I've never done it before, and I'm really happy I now know what it feels like. I need you to take a moment and let that sink in. This is a 44-year-old man who I'm hearing has a family, who took advantage of a 20-year-old girl who came to him for help. a virgin. And he had the temerity, the audacity, the guts to tell this girl to her face that he had always wanted to know what it feels like to deflower a lady because he has never done it before. Now, this lady said she was distraught, of course, and this man just kept on telling her, oh, don't worry, I'm going to take care of you, I'm going to give you money to go to the hospital, just making a very minimal thing out of the whole situation. And from all indications, it turned out that he didn't even give her a lot of money to go back home. I think reports say he gave her 8,000 naira and she had to find her way back home to worry. And this girl could not take all of this. So on the 14th of July, she made a video, and in the video you could see that she had gotten to her wit's end. She was just looking very harassed, very disheveled. It was just a mess, and she said everything that happened in that video. And she said in the video that this will be the very last video of her anyone would see, because after now she's going to take her life. And from reports, that's what happened. Now, it's worthy of note that on the 14th of July, when Miss Favour took her life, you would see on Odogwu Asaba's Facebook page a video he made where he was talking about the fact that lots of women are funny, that they would approach a man for help and then be surprised when the man asks them to come over.
You beg a man money, you call a man, give him billing. The man asks you to come. And you started shouting, man, must I come and see you? Must I come to your place before you help me? That man will be your papa. That man will be your brother. That man will be your cousin. Now, you give him billing, you don't agree to pay, say come. When you still come, now the man will still spend money, give you food, give you transport, going and coming back because you are a liability, you don't get anything. And the only crime where that man commit now, asking you to come. I don't understand. Why? I don't understand how some women they think. Me, where you beg money, do you know me before? Do you know how I suffer get the money? Unless they can't claim my house. Do you understand what I'm saying? Unless they can't claim my house, or you do work for me, I pay you. You guys should stop this entitlement mentality. All men are the same, all men are the same. What is our offense? We didn't do anything. Now you first come in, begin ask for fun. You want to eat for free. You don't want work before you eat. Is that thing not even work, self? What is work inside? Now me go still stress myself. Now me go still spend my money.
This same 14th of July. So, I'm not an investigator or anything. I'm not a law enforcement agent. But don't you see that it's too tight to be a coincidence that on the same day he made this sort of taunting video was the same day Miss Favour made her dying declaration video? Don't you think that something may have transpired between the two of them on that same day? Maybe she reached out to him still crying, still distraught, complaining and all of that, and he decided to make a video taunting her and taunting other women, and maybe this was too much for Miss Favour to take, and so she decided to take her life. I don't know when our country, Nigeria, will begin to take offenses against women really seriously, because a lot of men believe erroneously that they can do anything to a woman and get away with it. And lots of men think in this way. A lot of Nigerian men do not know what it means to help a woman without asking for sexual favors. A lot of Nigerian men have been conditioned to believe that any woman who asks for their help deserves to get whatever it is that comes their way. After all, she asked for my help. I was on my own. I believe that our system still has a lot to do to safeguard the girl child and women in general, because offenses against women are becoming out of hand. You would enter a market and a man just feels like because you're a woman, he has every right to touch you anyhow he wants. And when you talk, they begin to ask you, you carry gold, who do you think you are? This is so irritating. And they do this because they know that even if you go to the police, some of these police officers themselves are no better. And so they will ask you something like, what exactly do you want to report? Waiting exactly in do a person never do. Such disgusting questions. And lots of women who have been assaulted have no faith, no confidence in the system. They do not believe that they would get justice. which was exactly what Miss Favour felt, and that was why she took her life. She felt like even if she spoke up, she wouldn't get justice, and she didn't see any other way out. We really need to go back to the drawing board. Enough of women taking their lives for issues that our criminal justice system is supposed to take care of. We're supposed to have justice for victims, and we're supposed to have psychological interventions for victims as well. We have a long way to go in this country. It's so sad, it's heartbreaking. I'm pissed, I'm irritated, I'm heartbroken. This shouldn't have happened. And I really sincerely hope that Odogwu Asaba goes in for it for the longest time. I hope that this case is not going to be swept under the rug. I hope that this case is seen to its logical conclusion. And it's not just rape. It's also whatever, I don't know how the judiciary is going to coin it, but he led to the death of somebody. So that too has to be taken into account. We need to do better. Our women and our children need this system to be better. We need this thing to be better. It's heartbreaking how our system and our country treats issues pertaining to women and children. And please, for those of you who are so dense up there to ask a victim, what did you go to his house to do? What did you go to the hotel room to do? Please refrain from that really ignorant and stupid way of thinking. Anything can carry anybody anywhere. People can trust. It's not on the person who trusted. It's on the person who broke that trust. It's on the person who decided to be an animal when the other person thought they were a human being. So please stop asking such nonsensical questions, because you are also enabling these animals. I really hope we do better. My name is Amaka Chibuzo-Obi. I'm a marriage educator, a confidence coach, but most importantly, a woman who wants other women to live happy, successful, meaningful, and powerful lives. I hope to see you in my next video.